Yeah, you used to work as a basketball player, and after you retired, you also worked as a coach, right? And but yeah, I'd like to know, do you
Mhm.
still coach, people, or do you at
Uh,
least like, work out these days, like,
I,
for
I work
yourself?
out, but I work out sometimes for myself, but I don't do the coaching anymore. I really didn't like it. It was just not fun for me. I prefer to play than to coach,
Uh,
and dealing with
yeah,
people's parents and all types of things like that. It's just,
yeah,
I just
it's
didn't like
complicated.
it, Yeah, and even though it was fun for a while because I like working with the kids, but then it becomes a little bit complicated because the parents and their expectations, what they want for their children. Everybody wants their child to go to the NBA, and
Wow.
everybody thinks their child is good enough to go to the NBA. And if their child isn't going to go to the NBA, it's your fault because you're a bad coach. And that's why
Oh my God.
when really yeah, when really you're like, your child sucks, all right? He can't play. He can never go to the NBA. I mean, I can say that as a player who almost made it to the NBA, I was very close. I can say, I
Oh,
can look at a player and evaluate the talent and say, yeah, he has a chance, or no, he has no chance. And this is not about being mean or trying to kill somebody's dream. No, it's about being
exactly.
realistic. The NBA is not something that people can say, oh, this is what I. It's hard to explain. It's like a kind of like a dream goal because think about it. Every year, right? Every year, there are about 30 plus 30, 60, another 30. They're about maybe on a good year, 100 players that get into the NBA, right? In the like
I know.
for the draft, about 100, but not all of them stay. Maybe about 50 of them actually stay because half of them are going to be cut away, right? So let's just
Exactly.
say 50 players every year come into the NBA. And do you know how many millions of people around the world want to come to the NBA
I
every year? Maybe 100 million around the world, and
I
only
know. I
50
know.
people. So it's like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? If your child, you cannot say, oh, I'm not gonna study in school. I'm not gonna go to university. I'm just gonna go to the NBA. It's like, are you stupid? Like, no, that's no. You have to, you're not going to. It's
Yeah.
like an impossible dream.
I know.
you
Yeah.
know,
I know how you feel. Like, 50 people out of 100 million. Yeah, it's almost
yeah,
impossible. Yeah, look at the
yeah.
probability,
It's
right?
like you have a better chance of winning the lottery, which is like, okay, let me put it better. You have a better chance of being struck by lightning than going to the NBA. If you
I
stand
know.
out
I
in the
know.
rain and do this, yeah, there's a better chance that lightning strikes you than actually you going
Exactly.
to
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
than
Yeah.
you
Well,
go to the NBA.
compared to yeah, compared to going to an NBA, it's easy to get
Yeah,
hit by lightning, right? Yeah, I
lightning,
mean, it's almost
exactly.
impossible. I think, yeah, their expectation is too high. Yeah, now I understand why,
Too
you
hot.
didn't really
Yeah.
like the job.
Yeah, so you just have to deal with that, and and plus, I just prefer playing than coaching. I would rather be part of the action than be telling people what to do. Um, so I stopped doing that after like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and I decided, okay, let me go back into tech because in university I graduated with a degree in computer science. So I already had
Wow.
my degree. I started playing basketball. So after about 12 years later, I was like, okay, fine, let me go back to computer science now. And but I had to go back to school again because after 12 years, not only do you forget everything, everything's changed, everything's different. In the IT
Exactly.
world, everything changes every year. New tools, new skills, new technology, new ways of doing things. So all the things I learned 12 years ago was useless. It's like, dude, you
Exactly.
got to go back to school and learn new things and get new certifications. So I spent about 2 years doing that. Got my certifications to be a data analyst from IBM and Google. And yeah, that's it. Now I work as a freelancer. I'm now in the process of trying to get a full-time job as a data analyst or business intelligence analyst. So yeah, that's where we are.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah, okay, I see. I got it. That's what you do right now. And I guess, yeah, you're working really hard. Like, I guess, yeah, I would say your life is, uh, what is it? Yeah, I would say your life is great. Like, you work hard as a basketball player. You almost make it to NBA, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was close, but yeah. And then now you're working as a like data analyst. Yeah, you do data analyst, right?
Uh,
I think, yeah, you're doing really
yeah.
great. Yeah, I admired you.
Well, yeah. Well, I appreciate that, and thank you for that. But it's not so easy, and it's not so glamorous. It's very difficult. Things are not always easy at all, and a lot of times it's kind of hard. Not a lot. Most of the time, it is hard to go from one profession to another, halfway through your life. It's very hard, because it's almost like you have to start over from the beginning, like start over
Exactly.
from the start, and that's like, oh my God, it's like very difficult. And
I know.
then getting the right opportunities is also hard, because some people will, give you an opportunity, and others will be like, he's too old, or maybe, he's done something else for years. They want somebody young and in their 20s, so you have to face some challenges, but that's with everything in life, I guess. If you're going to make a change in your life, you have to go through some tough times. You have to go through a struggle to be able to make the change. It doesn't come easy. Nothing comes easy. you know
That's right.
um, and you can't be lazy. You got to work extremely hard for a long time, and then maybe you have a chance, but yeah, anyways, it's all good. uh
Yeah, well,
you
yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I said I
yeah,
admire you because, I know it
thank you,
is super
appreciate it.
difficult to change completely like what you do. I mean,
Yeah,
you used to work as a basketball
yeah,
player, right? Like you played basketball
yeah,
like your literally your whole life, half your life, right?
yeah,
But then now
right.
you're trying to do the, different
Mm-hmm,
things, right? And it is really difficult. So some
mm-hmm,
people
mm-hmm,
they don't even try because they know it is super difficult, but yeah, but you are
mm-hmm.
trying it, right? You're giving it a shot, even though
Yeah,
you know it is super hard.
absolutely,
So yeah, I really like the
absolutely.
attitude. Yeah, it's really, I think it's really good to see.
Right. It's part of, and I think part of the reason why I'm able to even attempt to do it or do it is because of my background in basketball. Because to make it as a professional basketball player, to get to that point where somebody pays you to play the sport, you have to have gone through years of hard work and discipline. And it's like being in the army. I always, people ask me when I was in college, what was it like being a basketball player in college, which is a very high level in the US. College basketball is a very high level. This is where the NBA picks a lot of the players from college. And to be on a college team, it's like I tell people, it's very similar to being in the army. You know, you wake up so early, you're always running, you know, always doing some kind of physical exercise. The discipline has to be there, the timing of everything. Your whole life is structured by time, where from 5 a.m. to 5:30, you have to go jogging. From 5:30 to 6 p.m., you have to go to the weight room. 6 to 7, breakfast. 7 to 8, class. 8 to 9. You know, it's like so. You know, it's like that, you know, and you hardly get any time off, you know. I mean, of course, it's fun, you know, if you enjoy it, if you like playing basketball, yeah, you enjoy it, it's fun. It's just not easy. It's a lot of hard work. But if you don't like basketball, you're going to quit. I know a lot of people that said, no, I can't do this. You know, they stopped, you know, and they left school and went to do something else, you know. So for you to do 4 years of that for college and get ready to play professionally, you have to have a different kind of mind. Your mind has to be really strong, and you have to be really, like, you know, you're like a warrior, you know, you're like a warrior at that point. And you've been trained for so long, you know, and that carries on with you in life, where even after basketball, where I'm not a warrior or basketball player anymore, my mind is still feels like that, where I can do anything. I have to do this, you know. If I want to do it, I have to, you know. It's like I have to focus on it, and that really helped me, and is helping me now in this part of my life, you know, because I think if if I wasn't a basketball player first, if I was doing something else, let's say I was, I don't know, whatever, I was a banker or something, and I want to change to be a doctor or whatever. I don't know. I'm just making things up. But let's say it was a different profession, my mind will be hard. It'll be much harder for me. But now it's a little easier, just a little bit easier, because I feel like, man, Lewis, you've been through so much with, you know, becoming a basketball player. Remember how hard that was? You can do this. You know, so that's how I talk to myself, like, yeah, I can do this. You know, if I did that, I can do this, you know, and that really helps, you know, your discipline, your mind, it really helps. So, yeah.
Yeah, I Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
like
man.
those strong mindset, yeah, like that is, I would say that is like, one of the main key to,
So it's all
for
good.
the motivation, right? To keep going, right? And then you had the mind, so
Right.
yeah, and you,
Exactly.
yeah, and I also, yeah, I agree with you that maybe, yeah, since you got the strong
Right.
mindset, so yeah, and so for you, it was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit easy, compared to other people
Mm-hmm.
to, to change, to do, to change the
Exactly.
profession, right? Yeah, I
Exactly.
totally agree with you what you said. Yes. And oh,
Mm-hmm.
by the way, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we already, we only have 2 minutes left, so I guess it's almost time to say
Sure.
goodbye. So
No
yeah, like
problem.
before we finish,
No
yeah,
problem.
like do you have any, questions, or yeah, any questions about me? Or
What do What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do?
oh yeah, well, that's a good question. So uh you know yeah, being an English teacher, yeah, I think I mentioned earlier, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is the first option, and then I have more. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I also want to be a math teacher because I love math so
Okay.
much. It's so much fun. Yeah, yeah, I'm really enjoying math. I like solving the problems because I like the challenge, and and whenever
Right.
I'm solving like those hard math problems, I feel like, yeah, math helps me a lot. Like it enhances
Mm-hmm.
my problem solving skills, so that's why I like it. So yeah, maybe being a math teacher or English teacher, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Um, your English is pretty good, you know, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to do that easily. I don't know about your math, but your English is pretty good. All right.
Oh,
So
thank you.
keep learning, keep practicing. You're gonna be all right. I'll send you my schedule after the class. Let's have another talk soon, okay? Let's have a
Yeah,
conversation
sure.
soon.
Sure, yeah, I
All right,
really
David.
enjoyed the conversation. Yeah, it was really nice
Yes, sir.
meeting you today.
Nice meeting you too. All right. Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Okay.
Yeah, have a good
See
day.
you
Goodbye.
later.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.